Page 28. This is the opening theme from Symphony No. 40 by Mozart. It's a very famous symphony, a very famous melody. We have played this in orchestra a number of times. It's actually a lot of fun. Its challenge is that it's very fast. For an old person, it's fast. So let's use our method of how do we learn a new piece of music. What I've been teaching in all these videos all along. First, to look it over. I see it's in cut time, 2/2 time. 2 flats, it's either in B flat major or G minor. If I look around and try and find the end of it, which I guess is at the bottom of page 29 or here, that is a G minor chord. I'm guessing this is probably in G minor. I'll know more once I get into it and I can hear it, because the B flat major and G minor don't sound the same. The harmonies are different. You can hear which one it is as you get through the music. There's no end of a piece symbol anywhere because the repeat sign at the bottom of page 29 is covering it up. That's where it would be, but they made a repeat. They want you to play the whole thing again. Well, isn't that fun? If you're enjoying it, yeah. If you're not enjoying it, ugh. That says it's fast, allegro. I'll come back to that later. I want to talk about this cut time. When I'm learning a piece of music, first learning it, and it's in cut time, I always put it in 4/4 time. I just think of it as, I just pretend it's in 4/4 time, with a quarter note getting a count. So these eighth notes are just 1 and 2 and 3 and, because that is easier for me to count than 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a, which is what the eighth notes would be in 2/2 time. Ugh, forget it. Put it in 4/4 time until I get the rhythm down and I don't need to count it anymore. Then when I start thinking about the speed, I put it back in cut time. So in this video right now, I'm going to talk about this as though it's in 4/4 time. Let's check and make sure we got our fingerings right. I don't think the notes are much of a problem. It's pretty straightforward. This pattern at the beginning, in the right hand, 3, 2, 1, 4 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. This is quite common and it's a good fingering, and I highly recommend you get accustomed to it. So please use it. You get it in other areas of different notes, doesn't matter. Use the same fingering. And then the sequence coming down. I suggest you start each of these with 4th finger. I mean, they do at first, and then they give you 3rd finger. No, 4th finger. Keep going. And you can do a 2-1. That's fine. Well, you don't have to be a 1-2. You can do a 2-1. You can be a rebel. Yeah. Then you get it again, different notes. 3, 2, 1. And again, the sequence, I'm going to start them all with 4th finger. That's weird. And the 3rd line down is a 2-1. I'm not playing any other notes. I can use thumb. And then you reach up, octave. And there's 3. Again, I encourage you to do that. And again, 2nd finger there. I don't like having my hand up in here, so I use 2nd here and then 2nd again. 4th line down. Instead of 1, I do 2. Here, and then it is a 3, 2, 1, 3, 2. They have you do a 4. And that works. There's nothing wrong with it. I just prefer this. I think this is easier. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2. And then you reach down, 3. Now, 4th line down, last measure. I'm still on page 28. They give you a 2-5 and a 1-5 in parentheses. That is their way of showing an alternate fingering. And that's okay, you'll see it sometimes. So you have a choice. Do you want 2-5 or 1-5? I would suggest you stick with 2-5. Because now we're going to go on, and I'm going to continue to use 2-5 on all of these for the next line. So it's a here, going on. I can connect them. It's not really the most comfortable thing, but it would help you if you could get accustomed to it. If your hands are real small and you can't reach that, which if you can reach an octave, you should be able to reach that, then I would encourage you to do that. And then you lift up and go and do it again. On page 29, on the 4th line down, the harmony's changing a little bit. You're here. Again, 3, 2, 1. if this is the fourth line down, fourth measure, the last two measures here. If you don't want to use the thumb, you reach down. That's what we've been doing all along. But I need thumb on that G, on the last measure, because I'm coming all the way up to here, and I want to be as close as I can to it. I don't want to use some other and have to move further. If I use thumb, I can get a head start. And the last line on page 29, second measure, 3 ledger lines above the staff is an E. You should know that. So it's an E flat here, because there's a flat in the signature. And the last 2 chords, I recommend a 2-5 and a 1-4. The whole chord is that. Both of those together make up the whole thing, and that's the fingering for it. So that's the fingering, 2-5, 1-4. Even though you have a rest and can move, no. In the left hand, it's just broken chords. Just rolling the hand back and forth. Second line, 4 chord. If you don't want to do this, you got to do that. 5-7 chord. Fourth line down. You're here. That's a G. Connect all of these together. Rest, and this nasty thing. It's an E flat, the whole notes. E flat, G, B, D flat. Here, and then down. And I do a 5-2 here. Then you can if you want, if you're a little more adventurous. On these, you can do a 5-4. Here. It's a little harder. So if you want to use the fifth finger in all of them, that's fine. Then the half notes at the bottom of page 28 here, they got a 2-1, 3-1 here, and then a 5. No, let's try something else. I'm going to do the 2-1 is fine, but rather than a 3-1, I'm going to use the second finger here. I'm going to do a 3-2. I'm going to connect this. I want to connect that with the fingers. So I'm here, here, and then a 4-1, and then a 3. I got them all. So again, it's a 2-1, a 3-2, a 4-1, and then at the top of page 29, you start with 3, and then come back. So 3-2-1-3-5, and I'm back to their fingering, is what I'm recommending you do here. Page 29, fourth line down, it's here. Going on second measure, it's a B natural and an F. And then the 4 chord, octaves, and now they're telling you third. This is the fingering I told you to start at the top. Then come up in the rest, last line, you're in upper staff, B natural. You see the bottom staff is empty? Well, what they've done is they've taken all the notes that were in both staves and they just jammed them all in one staff. So really they're only using one staff right now, temporarily. So they just leave the other staff empty. I don't really like that kind of notation, but that's what they've done, so okay. They could have put these notes in the bottom staff. It's treble clef. They could have, given you a treble clef, but they didn't. So we can deal with it because we're good. A 3-2 there in the last 2 measures, 3-2, and then a come down. Put the hands together. This should be interesting. Now again, when I first put the hands together, I'm just trying to get them to work together. I'm not interested in anything, not dynamics or articulation or a beat or nothing. I just want the hands to work together. So it starts it out, okay, and then here, and then here. I gradually go through and put the whole thing together and then go back through and get rid of the hesitations. And again, I'm trying to connect everything. It's like on the fourth line down on page 28, you're up here. Connect that. Here. Connect that. So it sounds like one hand played that whole thing. That's what we're after. But the hands are sharing it. Then once I can do that and the hands are working together, no hesitations anywhere, it's a nice steady beat. It can be slow, that's fine, nice steady beat. Then we can put in the slurs and the phrases and the staccatos and accents. On this left hand, this makes good violin bowings, but it's terrible for piano. So I'm going to suggest to you, for the most part, connect this left hand all the way through the piece, except for staccatos or rests. So just connect all of this together. So we just wanted an underlying boom, 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 boom. However, in the right hand, if you want, you can lift up. You don't have to. You can connect it. You can't connect the repeated notes, but otherwise, I'll leave that up to you. That's interpreting. You can do that later. So here, I would lift up. Well, you have to do the repeated notes, but yeah, we want that. Fourth line down, this is all legato. Staccato, accent staccato, here but not here. Here, accent in both hands. Accent, here. And then legato. In some arrangement, I have to go back to the score, they put in just a little slow down there, just a poco retard down though. There at that last measure on page 28 here. And then you take off again. I'll leave that up to you. You don't have to. Because it's just a bridge or a lead in to the melody. It's connecting the two things together. It's like two sections of the piece. It's all fairly legato until you get to the bottom. You have accents, staccatos and accents. Short. Dynamics, well, they apply to the right hand for the most part. I suggest you make that soft and let the right hand be moderately soft when it comes in. This has to stay way in the background. We don't want to hear that. We want to know it's there. We just don't want to, don't let it get in the way. Now you get down to the fourth line, you're going to go up to loud. So moderately soft. Right there you start getting a, that's moderately loud right here. Loud. So it's like moderately soft, moderately loud, and the accented notes are very loud. Come down. So, because the left hand's got to go down to soft. The moderately loud, a little softer. Now, moderately soft. So you experiment with it. At the top of page 29, they give you these sempre legato again. They gave it to you at the top of page 28. That's really applying to the left hand. Telling you sempre means always, legato means connected. So you just keep this left hand. I've already told you to do that. Yeah. Get to the bottom of the page, then the last two chords are loud. So you're in the soft side there on that last line. This is page 29. Loud. Boom, boom. Just make sure you clasp the wrist a little bit when you boom, because we don't want to. Speed, well, this is where we put it back in cut time. We want to feel this in 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. As far as the allegro goes, that's the overall feel of the piece. Now, some people say allegro means happy. I suppose technically it does. To me, it simply means fast. Well, if I'm going to be happy, I'm going to be fast about it, quick about it. But you can hear recordings of this. Just listen to a few orchestras play this, because they'll play it at different speeds. Some play it way too fast, in my opinion. But 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. How fast can you play it and be accurate? Because when you're doing this, We want to hit that. Make sure that thumb note is a little louder than the others. Ba, ba, ba. 1, 2, 1, 2, like so. That's what we want to hear. I like to play it with you very slowly to double check all the notes and rhythms and things. We're not going to do any dynamics. We will do it twice though because it is repeated. So I'm going to do this a 4/4 time here for the play with me. I'll give us 4 quarter note counts to come in. 1 and 2 and ready and go and 1 and 2 and 1. Rest, 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 rest and rest and 2 and 3 to the beginning and. Rest and rest and. Rest and. Rest and rest and rest and 3 and 4 and off.